And let's start with the reigning champions, Liverpool, because they are out of Europe.
It is what it is.
Of course, Lucas is a
Did you just
Liverpool
insert
fan.
that? Like what?
I think your voice is perfect for that.
Okay,
Yes.
good. I made a TikTok on that too.
Yes.
Lucas is a Liverpool fan. It's upsetting for him. Tell us how you feel, Lucas.
Oh, I am pissed off about it. I'm definitely not. I'm not pissed off for maybe the reasons you might think.
Okay.
I'm not pissed off at our performance because I thought we played incredibly throughout the most of the match. I'm not pissed off at Adrian because mistakes happen and he knows that he made a mistake. And I'm not pissed off at the substitutions that were made or anything like that. I'm just pissed that we lost and because we played so well.
Yeah.
It ends 3-2 Atletico Madrid on the night, 4-2 on aggregate. It did go to extra time, as I'm sure you all know. During the match, during the regular 90 minutes, Liverpool were full of energy. They were pressing well. They were creating chances. They were 100% on the front foot, but that was to be expected.
We knew they were going to come
Madrid,
out and do that, yeah.
Atletico are a team that sit back. They like to defend. They soak up pressure.
Although it's very rare when we see them score 3 goals.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another thing.
Oh, I'm pissed that we lost at Anfield. Yes, that.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
It is the first loss at Anfield since January, I believe they
Can we
said.
still use that
of last year, a full
Can
year.
we still use that title
Against
idea?
Bayern Munich.
No.
We didn't lose against Bayern Munich last year.
No, it was okay. Sorry, that was the first time you conceded at home. No, you didn't score. Didn't score at home.
I mean, this is the first time we lost at Anfield since
It was like it's
Crystal
been like 40,
Palace. No,
40 something
I think
games.
Crystal Palace 2017 when Gerrard's last home game. I think that might be the last one, and also first time we've lost at Anfield in the Champions League since that Real Madrid match many years ago.
Yeah.
With Rodgers. Yeah.
The opening scoring was through Gini Wijnaldum. It was very similar to the Barcelona goal he
He
scored.
had
Yeah.
such a good match.
He had a
he was
fantastic
He was
game.
great.
His energy was good. His pressing was good. He was moving the ball forward well.
Him and Oxlade Chamberlain were running the show,
Yeah.
honestly. Especially Oxlade Chamberlain getting into great positions. I think Atletico Madrid were just not tracking his runs, and he was able to receive the balls in great positions. And
They
was
weren't
dangerous.
expecting a midfield just to run in behind and make those great passing plays.
Captain Jay Hendo came back into the lineup, and you know what? I think he actually had a very good game.
Yeah, for a guy who just came back from injury, he had a great match, and he obviously made sense that he had to just get subbed off eventually
Yeah.
because he's not fully match fit, which is understandable.
You could tell they liked having their captain back in the lineup.
He brings so much to them in terms of leadership and just his quality delivering. I think his ball playing.
I didn't really
brilliant.
watch much of this match except for extra time because I was watching more of the Dortmund match. But
That's
it looked like Jay Hendo was just bullying some of those Atletico players. I just saw him tackling Joao Felix. All
He
the
did
time.
send
It was
Joao Felix
beautiful.
flying one time.
It's like meet the Premier League Joao. How do you pronounce it?
Joao?
Joao. Okay.
Joao.
maybe Joao, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways,
We're not
it was great. I
Portuguese.
love it. It was just an classic
We're
English
not European. We're not American.
country tackle.
We're not.
It's like meet Jordan Henderson. You don't mess with this guy.
But Liverpool, they were creating chances. They were pressing well, and you know what? In the 90 minutes, they had a handful of chances that they probably should have capitalized on.
Yeah, honestly, with it only being 1-0, it was kind of surprising. It was kind of frustrating at the same time. I was encouraged throughout the match because we were creating good chances, getting into dangerous positions, but it was just annoying we couldn't get the final shot to go into the back of the net. Robertson hit the crossbar.
I went nuts with that bar. It's like, oh my god, how close could you get?
I mean, if you just look at the stats, you would think Liverpool went through this.
How
side,
good
but
was All Black?
yeah.
All Black had a fantastic
Honestly.
match.
He just controlled the match. Honestly,
I think
He's
it
a
proved
great
He
goalie.
proved why he's a top 3 goalie maybe.
Top
honestly.
3, top 5, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So
But there wasn't really a one-on-one opportunity where Oblak had to make a save or a great chance that was close to the net. A lot of those
That's why I was
chances that
saying-
were close to the net missed the net.
that's what I was saying. He just controlled the match, though. He helps his defense
Yeah.
out. He controls it, and
But I think none of us are surprised that this is how the 90 minutes played out, with Liverpool on the front foot, Liverpool pressing, Liverpool attacking, and Atletico sitting back, because that's what they do. They defend, they soak up pressure, and more importantly, they capitalize on the chances they get.
Yeah, and they nearly shocked Anfield before it happened in the 94th 94th minute or something with a free kick, but I think it was Saul who headed it
Yeah.
in, but he was offside, thankfully.
Was the heart a little bit shaky after that?
No, I was pretty sure he was offside.
I saw it and I was like
Si-
live, and I was
yeah,
like, he's
Simeone and the
offside.
bench all stormed the field only to
feel
turn
like
back
as a
around.
Liverpool supporter, you've gone through all the emotions, so nothing can really hurt you at this point. Over the
Um,
last couple of years.
I mean, if the
It
last
still sucks.
I mean, if the last few years didn't happen, this would hurt a lot more, definitely.
yeah.
But yeah, it still stings. I'll probably get over it in like an hour because this like that like in the end of the day, it's just football. I
It
get
is
over
what
it.
it
My life will
is.
move on.
It's also just
Yeah.
this is a round of 16, and at the end of the day, you're gonna win a Premier League title.
You
Yeah.
got a title that's coming. You gotta look forward to
It's
that.
not a
now.
trophy
Although-
system.
Although we might have to wait a little longer if the Premier League is
Or
postponed.
That'd be a
they'll lift a
shame.
title at an empty
No,
stadium.
no. Honestly, I know we should talk.
They have to go into playoffs
just-
for the title.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now.
So at the end of the 90 minutes, it is 1-0 Liverpool after the Wijnaldum goal. Means it goes to extra time. In extra time, it was a bit of a flip of the script.
Not initially.
Not in the first half of extra time, yes.
Well, I guess in the middle of extra time, sure. But yeah, a great cross. I think it was from Gene Wijnaldum, who did brilliantly
To get by
Yeah, he got-
the defender. I don't remember who it was,
It was probably Lodi, I think.
Yeah, I think
because
it
it was
was
on the
Lodi.
left-hand side of Atletico's defense.
but a great ball after and a great play by Firmino. Unlucky to hit the post, but he gets his own rebound.
Yeah.
I was very hyped. I was yelling, yes.
And then there's me when I see that goal go on. I'm like, is there any way that's offside, please? Like, come on, call it off. But
Firmino gets a bit lucky. Like I said, he gets his own rebound off the post, but huge for him. That's his first goal at Anfield this year.
Yeah,
That's crazy to think of.
And it's his first Champions League goal. This is a guy that, was it last year, 2 years ago, had 10 in the group stages?
No,
Like,
2 years ago he was tied with Salah and Firmino.
Yeah,
I mean Salah and
yeah,
Mane.
your entire team was just scoring goals for fun 2 years
Yeah.
ago.
I think they all had like double digits, which was insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great to see Bobby score. He was playing well, and he was
He was deserving of a goal.
he was unlucky to not score at Anfield earlier this season many times.
Yeah.
But like Walt said, it is what it is. I don't
Okay, let's
Yeah, we can stop
Honestly,
with
that
that.
could just be the title of this video.
Honestly.
It is what it is.
And I think after that goal, me and Liam, I think we're both thinking maybe Lucas. I don't know. It was over.
I mean, yeah, essentially you'd think like when Firmino scored, it's game over.
I
but-
genuinely
I-
thought it would be Liverpool would just. I think that I actually
Cruise
thought they
to
would
a
add
victory.
on another one. I thought it would just be stamp it out now. get it
Realistically, I
over.
thought we'd be able to defend it out, but Atletico would push towards the end
Yeah.
of added extra time.
They
but
did not give up.
it only took a few minutes.
It was not very
Yeah.
long for them to come down. And
Adrian.
after a Champions League final in 2018, what did you think of like what was your going through your mind when that happened?
I mean, I'm like, oh crap. But then I thought when Joao Felix passed, I thought we were fine. But I guess Adrian wasn't able to be in a
Recover.
good enough position to stop the shot, and it sucks. And it gave Atletico Madrid the advantage.
The ball gets played out to Adrian and he clears it. It was a poor clearance right to Atletico Madrid, and like Luke said, they finish the ball. They score, killing Anfield, killing any.
Oh, it didn't kill it. 'Cause
That didn't kill
Oh.
it then. It was bad.
That
but
was a big old dagger right there. Anfield lost a lot of momentum. The players dropped a little bit.
Of course, because it was really high.
Oh, he was
and then it
huge.
just went down.
It was
so
a
quickly.
huge contrasting of emotion
Yeah.
within minutes, and I think that it's stupid to say, but I think that goal really is what crushed Liverpool.
No, I wouldn't say that crushed it. I'd say the goal that happened
After.
8 minutes later killed it because
this
it-
goal was terrible, like for Liverpool, of course.
I
'cause
think just because they thought, there we go, we've won it, we've won the tie, we got the goal, let's just be solid, and then boom, immediately
It
to
seems
concede.
Klopp has had some post-game comments. I don't understand with the quality they have, the football they play. They could play proper football, but they stand deep and have counterattacks. I realize I'm a really bad loser, especially when the boys put such an effort in against world-class players on the other side who defend with 2 rows of 4.
I
So,
mean,
yeah.
he's not wrong, but at the same time, you have to acknowledge that's Atletico's Madrid's play style. That's their strength.
A lot of teams do that now, to be honest. Like,
I mean,
Not,
I feel like a lot more teams play more counterattacking and pressing nowadays than
yeah.
sit back.
Atletico Madrid is
Teams
capable of
do
playing
that,
a better style of play. I've seen it several times this season, but they don't because they obviously don't have the strongest goal scoring, so it costs them in the end.
I do agree with him to an extent, because it is a bit frustrating to see a team of this quality, and they have great players, just sit back. But if that's what their strength is, and that's what Simeone's tactics are, that's what
you
they
gotta
are.
do
You
it.
can't. You have to go and beat that. You can't just expect them to change automatically.
You got to change your tactics around.
Who would
to
you
beat
say was
that.
the man of the match
For Liverpool or just in general?
in general?
I mean, I think you have to give it to.
Lorente.
I mean,
He only played.
Probably
He
against the All
scored 2
Blacks.
goals.
I mean, he's the reason why we're out.
Yeah.
Uh,
I would like to give a shout to Wijnaldum and Oxlade-Chamberlain, because I thought they were both brilliant.
I thought Thomas
Thomas
Partey was.
Thomas
played
Partey,
a
yeah.
great game.
And Felipe's always been solid. in
But
these
let's talk
two
about the
games.
second goal in extra time, though, for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
We did, yeah, his second goal.
Yeah.
It was
Can you talk about it, Liam?
It was just a bit of a, I don't want to say it's a defensive blunder.
I mean, they were showing him onto to his left foot, but then he cut onto his right foot, and they were jockeying him pretty.
It was
poorly
one of the
after
only
that.
times where we saw Liverpool kind
This
of
is his
caught
second
out.
goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the only time I think Liverpool were short numbers in the back. They weren't all in their natural positions. They weren't looking
it
at
was
the ball. They were running
strange.
behind kind of thing. Because it was like a 3-on-1 in a sense.
I mean, it was 1-on-3 really.
Yeah, that's
Three
what
on
If
one,
anything,
one
I'm
on
just
three,
saying
yeah.
I thought it was a great strike.
It was.
It was
a
a
great strike.
fantastic.
Yeah, honestly.
But I thought Liverpool shouldn't have allowed that strike to
Yeah.
happen.
The
and I
ball-
think that's what Adrian thought
Yeah,
too. I thought pretty sure he wasn't expecting it to go through.
That's how the sport is sometimes.
The build-up should never have happened like that. They should have been stamped out before. A challenge should be made. But he does get the ball. Lorente gets the ball into his right foot. He curls it past Adrian into the net. It doesn't matter if you're Adrian or if you're Allison. That's going in.
Yeah, it was a great strike. Fair play to Lorente there. I think we should have defended that a lot better. I thought we initially did, but then for some reason we just let him cut onto his right foot so easily.
And then at that point, you need to score 2 goals in the second half of extra time.
I still believed at this time because I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not
they-
gonna
they-
give up.
Yeah, I
Well-
mean, you guys have basically proved the impossible.
They scored.
I didn't think there was a chance.
They
after that
scored
one,
2
but-
goals in that first.
But you're
half
going
extra time.
against arguably the best defensive side in Europe.
But it's also was the best team in Europe at that.
If they were somehow able to pull that off, that would be even almost bigger than Barcelona coming back.
I also just don't think it
But-
helped that Liverpool were kind of in poor form going into this tie.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
just
sure.
recently.
this has been the worst
so-
month in Liverpool for
You gotta
past probably
admit
2
that
years.
Atletico was able to just take advantage of the fact.
You're missing your key goalie, and
Yeah,
as much as you don't want to blame Adrian,
I mean-
and you can't really. It just sucks.
it's not Adrian's fault that Allison got injured. It's just
that
bad
too.
luck.
But a lot of people are now saying, is Allison the best player at Liverpool?
I mean, Allison's definitely one of the best players at Liverpool.
He's
one of my
dependable.
favorites.
He's dependable.
He's definitely a great shot stopper one-on-one. He's a great
And
distributor of the ball.
Sorry, I think my problem with Adrian is he a reliable backup? Is he someone you can really
I think
rely
he
on
is.
right now?
I do think he is. I think he's just had a couple of shaky moments because he
It
is
just-
capable of a mistake.
It just sucked that he has to come in in such a tough game.
Huge
honestly.
opportunity,
Well,
yeah.
he only played
If you
one
want a good
game.
backup, maybe go get that Kepa lad. Chelsea.
No one's gonna pay him for to be a backup.
But Chelsea are rumored to be looking at All Black now as their
That'd be a
replacement.
great
That'd be a
signing,
huge
yeah.
signing.
You got to remember though, Adrian started the season. And
Yeah,
he did
'cause that
good.
early
He did
injury.
really good. It's just unfortunately, it's just unlucky.
There was a third goal though that
Sealed
ultimately killed off any glimmer
Yeah, it
of
sucks.
chance.
Well, by this time, I pretty much knew we weren't gonna come back because 2 goals in like a minute.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, really?
And it was Morata.
Alvaro Morata, the man who Lucas calls Mr. Offside,
for once, he wasn't offside.
the
You knew it wasn't
ex-Chelsea
our day.
man, he cuts through the middle of the pitch and slots it home coolly and sends Atletico into absolute raptures at Anfield.
What's that saying that Simeone always says? Cojones?
Cajones!
He probably said in the dressing room, you could be the only team in Europe to have the cojones to beat Liverpool at Anfield. Do you have what it takes? That's basically what he said.
Probably.
And
I mean,
that's-
to use the word, it's huge cajones from Alvaro Morata
Yeah,
to
that's-
be calm in that situation. A man who has had his fair share of moments where he's messed up and not being clinical. He was clinical here. He killed the game off, and
I mean, if he
it
didn't-
crushes Liverpool.
If you didn't score that, I think you'd never score a goal again.
It's Alvaro Morata. You never know with him.
My last question to Lucas is, what's wrong with Liverpool at the moment?
I thought we played well in this match.
No, I just in general.
I think they generally did play well. I think
They deserve to win.
they were deserving of the 1-0 victory in the 90 minutes. It was the extra half an hour that just killed them.
Yeah, it was just mistakes killed us in this extra time period. Atletico Madrid didn't give up. They stayed resilient. They stayed focused throughout the entire match, and that proved to be beneficial for them. And we didn't take the chances that we did get.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, what is wrong with Liverpool? Well, I mean, it's been a terrible month for them, but, they are on track to win the Premier League.
Like we were saying, you just go get your Premier League title and bounce
Come
back next
Come back
season.
next year, yeah.
Yeah.
now
This team's not a million miles away from being Champions League victors again.
I mean, we probably should have been contenders this season, but obviously
Yeah.
it's not the case this season.
it
And
happens. It's just it's football.
yeah,
You thought James Milner should have been sent off?
In the final minute, I thought he was kind of a dirty play. I thought it was a little bit of some intent there. I don't know.
I actually was really happy James Milner came on. I thought he did well.
You just
Yeah.
love James Milner, don't you?
Yeah,
I
100%.
just get a
Yeah.
James Milner Liverpool kid at this point.
I love James Milner.
Or,
That guy's
or
great.
better yet, England kid, James Milner.
No.
I want to see you wear that.
Oh.
He's going to Leeds when Leeds go
Oh.
up. Back to
No.
Leeds.
That'd be a signing and a half, but no.
Build him a statue.
Life could be a dream. Life could be a dream.
It is what it is. Come on, man.